Today I'll be working with the November Card kit by Simon Says Stamp. The kit includes a house paper clip, 3 little straws, washi tape, a wood veneer camera. Let me open up the washi tape for you so you can look at it better. And it also has this adorable stamp set that comes with labels, lots of sentiments, and this is the paper pad that is included, label stickers, and lots of cardstock that can be used for your card base. Using this kit, I'll be making a couple of cards today, so let's go ahead and start with the first card. This is the paper that I've chosen. The paper is included in the card kit, and I'm using a die to cut out this speech bubble. This die cuts out the speech bubble but also a small border around it, as you can see here. I've used the red cardstock and made my card base. The card base is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and the striped patterned paper is cut down an inch smaller than the card base. Now I'm using my black marker to color the border of the speech bubble. I'm going for a card that has a very graphic look. And this is the sentiment that I've chosen. I'm using VersaFine ink, black ink, to stamp the sentiment on the speech bubble. And now I'm just using a piece of washi tape at the bottom of my card. As you can see, I'm using the grid lines on my desk to line up the washi tape, and now I'm just going to stick the speech bubble on top of my card base. Adding elements on a card that are hanging out is a technique that I usually do. I believe it adds more interest on the card. And now I'm going to glue the border around the speech bubble. It's very easy to do that. Just laying it there. And I'm going to use my scissors to cut out whatever sticks out. I'm going to go ahead and add some adhesive on the back of this patterned paper using my 80G gun, and now stick it on top of my card base. This will leave a small border all around the paper pad, and that's the wood veneer that's included in the card kit. It's a small camera, and I thought that since I'm going to use this wood veneer, it's a good excuse to use some of the wood veneers that I already have in my collection. So I'm using a small heart next to the sentiment and some of the tiny little stars here and there. And since I've decided where everything is going to be, I'm just gluing all the elements on the card using liquid glue. And while I do that, just to remind you that there is a giveaway on my blog, so go ahead and add your name for a chance to win the November Card Kit by Simon Says Stamp. Also, keep in mind that all the supplies are listed on my blog and also on YouTube just below the video. All you have to do is expand the details area. I keep adding little drops of glue and placing all the stars. This is a very quick and easy card. And now it's time to add some sparkle. I'm using Stickles by Ranger and adding sparkle on the stars, on the heart, and also on the little camera. And that's the first card for today, so let's go on to the next card. You'll see a photo of this card at the end of the video. Now for the second card, I'm using the leftover of the red cardstock to create the second card base, and this is wood grain cardstock by Simon Says Stamp, and also a die cuts out tons of little hearts. I'm running it through my cuddle bag, and I'm going to do this twice, just because there are so many little hearts, and I want to have a crisp image. Just use your bone folder or flick it and everything will fall off. It's super easy to do. So I'm just taking out all the little hearts, and this is going to be the base of my card. Now I've used a strip of the pattern paper that I've used on my first card. So as you can see here, I'm using all the scrap papers from the first card. And I've chosen my sentiment, and again with black VersaFine ink, I'm stamping the sentiment on the paper. I like to use my Fiskars stamp press because I always have a crisp image. So here is the sentiment, and I'm going to cut it down later on, as you can see here. And now by using my liquid glue, I'm going to stick the white paper with a little cut out hearts on top of my card base. I like how you can see the red cardstock through the heart cutouts. And I'm now using my scissors to create a little banner. I also added some red cardstock on the back of the sentiment, but I think my camera was off at the moment. Anyway, now I'm using glossy accents on the metal house. I believe this is a small paper clip, and I'm going to stick it on one of the scrap papers that I have already. I'll stick it there and put it on the side until it's totally dry. I went ahead and by using one of those tag dies, I've cut down a couple of tags out of red cardstock. Now that my paper clip is glued on the paper, I'm using my scissors to cut around it, and I just created my own embellishment. And I'm going to stick this little house on top of one of the two tags that I've already cut down. So this is the tag with the small house, and also I'm going to use some twine, and I'm going to thread it from the small little hole on top, and this is one of the tags. I'm also going to use twine on the other tag. And now that my tags are ready, it's time to place them on my card. I'm just trying things out here and decide where everything is going to go. I'm cutting down the second tag and just deciding where the sentiment is going using foam squares. I'm placing it down, and now I'm going to glue the two little tags. The first one is going on the back, and the second one is I'm going to stick it beneath the sentiment, but also using foam squares. And now that my card is almost ready, I thought that I needed to do something to help the little tags stick out more, to define the edges. So I'm using my favorite white gel pen to create these 4 stitches. And I thought that the second card needed something on top, and I've just cut down a small little heart. I'm adding it there on the back. And that's the second card for today. Hope you like it, and here are both of them. Don't forget to go to my blog and add your name for a chance to win this card kit. Bye!